Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sunil Verma. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India's trade deals with US and EU instill confidence towards achieving global stability. Asserts future-ready pacts with several nations aimed at empowering youth of the country. Prime Minister to interact with students across the country in 9th edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha this morning. Home Minister Amit Shah to visit border posts in Jammu and review security situation in Union Territory. RBI to announce its bi-monthly monetary policy review today. US and Iran to hold direct nuclear talks in Oman today. In cricket, Royal Challengers Bengaluru clinched their second Women's Premier League title, defeating Delhi Capitals by 6 wickets in Vadodara. And India to lock horns with England in final of Under-19 ODI World Cup at Harare this afternoon. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said India's trade deals with the European Union and the United States have instilled confidence in the world that it is moving towards global stability. Mr. Modi was replying to the discussion on motion of thanks to the President's address in the Rajya Sabha yesterday. The Prime Minister said the country is entering into future-ready trade deals with major countries that are drawing global approval and expanding opportunities for India's youth. He noted that 9 significant trade agreements have been sealed recently, including the mother of all deals with the European Union, involving 27 countries. Mr. Modi said the country's youth will be the biggest beneficiaries of these trade agreements.
बड़े-बड़े देश भारत के साथ व्यापारिक संबंध बनाने के लिए बहुत ही आतुर है। यूरोपीय संघ का ट्रेड डील हो, अमेरिका के साथ अभी हुआ जो ट्रेड डील हो, पूरा विश्व खुल करके इस ट्रेड डील का तारीफ कर रहा है। जब यूरोपियन यूनियन के साथ ट्रेड डील हुआ तो विश्व को भरोसा हुआ कि अब वैश्विक स्तर पर स्थिरता की संभावना बढ़ेगी। अमेरिका के साथ ट्रेड डील होने के बाद विश्व को और भरोसा हो गया कि जो स्थिरता की एहसास हो रहा था अब गति का भी एहसास होने लगा। इसका सबसे बड़ा लाभ हमारे देश के नौजवानों को होगा।
Mr. Modi observed that in the post-COVID world, as global instability grows, a new world order is emerging and impartial analysis shows a clear tilt towards India.
अब एक नए वर्ल्ड ऑर्डर की तरफ विश्व बहुत तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहा है। विश्व मित्र के रूप में, विश्व बंधु के रूप में आज भारत अनेक देशों का विश्वस्त पार्टनर बना है और हम कंधे से कंधा मिला करके विश्व कल्याण की दिशा में भी अपनी उचित भूमिका निभा रहे हैं, अपने सामर्थ्य से सहाय भी कर रहे हैं। आज भारत वैश्विक मंचों पर ग्लोबल साउथ की बुलंद आवाज बन गया।
The Prime Minister said during her address to the joint sitting of Parliament, President Draupadi Murmu highlighted the rapid progress made over the past year in India's journey towards a Viksit Bharat. The opposition staged a walkout during the Prime Minister's speech. President Draupadi Murmu had addressed the joint sitting of both the houses on the 28th of last month on the commencement of the budget session. After the speech of the Prime Minister, the Rajya Sabha adopted the motion of thanks on President's address with voice votes. The Lok Sabha also adopted the motion of thanks earlier in the day. The Lok Sabha is scheduled to take up discussion on the Union Budget 2026-27 today. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had presented the Union Budget in Parliament on the 1st of this month. Meanwhile, the Rajya Sabha is slated to take up private members' bills today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with students across the country in the 9th edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha this morning. The annual event will be telecast at 10 a.m. across multiple platforms. The 2026 edition will focus on helping students remain stress-free during examinations and promoting a stronger focus on learning. We have more from our correspondent.
Pariksha Pe Charcha has evolved into a nationwide Jan Andolan, witnessing participation of more than 4.5 crore students, teachers and parents registering through the MyGov portal. Besides Delhi, this edition will cover Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu, Raipur in Chhattisgarh, Devmogra in Gujarat and Guwahati in Assam. It will be telecast on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's YouTube channel, Doordarshan and the Ministry of Education's social media platforms. The program will also be live on Waves OTT, Amazon Prime Video, Jio, Z5, Sony Live and Spotify. The Pariksha Pe Charcha initiative has been conceptualized by the Prime Minister and is in alignment with the National Education Policy 2020. It aims at reshaping the examination experience of students by fostering confidence, positivity and holistic well-being and celebrating the exam season as a utsav. With Rishu Jaiswal, Pallavi Parmar, Akashvani News, Delhi.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah will review border security and hold a high-level meeting in Jammu today on the security situation in the Union Territory. Mr. Shah reached Jammu last night on a two-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha received the Home Minister on his arrival at the Jammu airport. More from our correspondent.
The Home Minister will visit the international border at Hiranagar in Kathua district to inspect new gadgetry installed by the Border Security Force for plugging infiltration from across the border. In the afternoon, he will hold a high-level review of the security situation at Lok Bhavan, Jammu. This will be Shah's second high-level review of the security scenario in Jammu and Kashmir in less than a month. He assessed the situation at a meeting in New Delhi on January 8. Tomorrow, the Home Minister will leave for Srinagar where he will launch various development projects. This is N. Gulshan Rana for Akashvani News from Jammu.
The Centre, Nagaland Government and Eastern Nagaland People's Organisation, ENPO, signed an agreement for the formation of Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority, FNTA. ENPO is an apex body representing 8 recognised Naga tribes of the 6 eastern districts of Nagaland. The agreement will pave the way for creation of Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority, FNTA, for 6 districts of Nagaland, including Tuensang, Mon, Kifir, Longleng, Noklak and Shamator, and devolution of powers in respect of 46 subjects to the FNTA. The agreement was signed in the presence of Union Home Minister Amit Shah in New Delhi yesterday. Nagaland Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio was also present on the occasion. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Shah highlighted Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of a developed northeast, free from insurgency, violence and disputes.
प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने उग्रवाद मुक्त, हिंसा मुक्त, विवाद मुक्त और विकसित नॉर्थ ईस्ट की जो कल्पना कर रही है.
The government has taken one step forward in line with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of a strife-free, violence-free and a developed northeast. A very big and long-standing dispute is coming to a happy conclusion. Its significance is even greater because ENPO and the government of Nagaland themselves discussed the matter among each other, gave this agreement a concrete shape and took it to its logical conclusion.
इस समझौते को एक शेप दिया है और लॉजिकल एंड तक पहुंचा है.
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download News on AIR app. In Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram district, the state capital, is approaching 100% completion of hearings under the ongoing Special Intensive Revision SIR of the electoral rolls. Authorities said the process is progressing smoothly with active participation from the public. More from our Thiruvananthapuram correspondent.
Only 2,512 people are left to be heard under the SIR process in Thiruvananthapuram district of Kerala. According to the Chief Electoral Officer Kerala, a total of 4,77,546 people were served with notices for hearing, out of which 4,75,034 hearings have been already completed. Ernakulam, Kasaragod and Palakkad districts are also registering very good performance in the hearing of voters. Meanwhile, 7 assembly constituencies in the state achieved 100% completion of hearing on Thursday. So far, 21,130 names have been removed from the voters list in Kerala as part of the ongoing SIR process. Midhi M. Palluruthi, Akashvani News, Thiruvananthapuram.
The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, will announce its bi-monthly monetary policy decision today. The central bank's 6-member Monetary Policy Committee, led by Governor Sanjay Malhotra, began its meeting on Wednesday to discuss the Indian economy, inflation and other economic factors. This will be the last policy review for the financial year 2025-2026. The United States and Iran will hold direct nuclear negotiations in Oman's capital Muscat today, marking a critical diplomatic engagement amid heightened regional tensions. The talks, scheduled to begin at 11:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time, come after days of uncertainty of the venue, format and agenda. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi announced the meeting on a social media platform, expressing gratitude to Omani authorities for facilitating the arrangements. Our West Asia correspondent has the details.
Oman, long regarded as a neutral mediator in the West Asian diplomacy, has hosted previous rounds of US-Iran talks. The venue shift to Muscat followed Iran's insistence on a bilateral format focused strictly on its nuclear program and the lifting of US sanctions. Initial plans reportedly called for talks in Istanbul, Turkey, potentially involving regional actors, but Tehran pushed for a change to limit the scope. Key participants include Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, while US delegation is expected to feature West Asia envoys Steve Witkoff and possibly Jared Kushner. The negotiations occur against a backdrop of severe strain in United States and Iran relations. Tensions escalated following a 12-day conflict involving Israel in June 2025, during which US forces bombed and severely damaged key Iranian nuclear facilities, effectively halting Tehran's program at the time. Recent months have also seen Iran carry out a crackdown on nationwide protest, further complicating the diplomatic landscape. This is Vinod Kumar for Akashvani News from Dubai.
In cricket, Royal Challengers Bengaluru have clinched their second Women's Premier League title, defeating Delhi Capitals by 6 wickets in Vadodara last night. Royal Challengers Bengaluru achieved the target of 204 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in 19.4 overs. India will lock horns with England in the summit clash of Under-19 ODI Cricket World Cup at Harare in Zimbabwe this afternoon. The match will start at 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time. India reached the final, defeating Afghanistan by 7 wickets in second semi-final at Harare. England booked their spot with a 27-run win over defending champions Australia in the first semi-final at Bulawayo. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Sunil. In its top story, the Times of India quotes Prime Minister Modi as saying in the Rajya Sabha that India deals with the European Union and the United States are a good sign for world stability. Financial Express has quoted Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal as saying that the United States will cut tariffs on India in 4 to 5 days. In a box item, the Asian Age has highlighted the tragic death of 18 labourers after a blast at an illegal coal mine in Meghalaya. No mobile phones will be allowed in Himachal Pradesh schools from March, reports the Tribune. Violators will face 500 rupees fine and confiscation, adds the paper. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has directed that deaths caused by banned Chinese mancha can be charged as murder, writes Hindustan Times. US shuts down 200 illegal online pharmacies tied to an India-based criminal organization, headlines The Hindu. The Indian Express editorial spotlights the rising loneliness among adolescents, calling it an epidemic, referring to the recent suicide of 3 sisters in Ghaziabad. The paper comments that unsupervised digital immersion is amplifying into a serious public health crisis. And finally, women in Maharashtra's Beed district are quietly driving a food and social revolution by cultivating vegetables on a small patch of land, substantially improving family health and turning subsistence farming into an extraordinary act of self-empowerment, writes the Times of India. And with that, it's back to you, Sunil.
Thank you, Subhadra. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India's trade deals with US and EU instill confidence towards achieving global stability, asserts future-ready pacts with several nations aimed at empowering youth of the country. Prime Minister to interact with students across the country in 9th edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha this morning. Home Minister Amit Shah to visit border posts in Jammu and review security situation in Union Territory. RBI to announce its bi-monthly monetary policy review today. US and Iran to hold direct nuclear talks in Oman today. In cricket, Royal Challengers Bengaluru clinched their second Women's Premier League title, defeating Delhi Capitals by 6 wickets in Vadodara. And India to lock horns with England in final of Under-19 ODI World Cup at Harare this afternoon. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.